Great.
Gentlemen, I am preparing to stream the rest of the club to YouTube. Last week, a bunch of guys texted me and said, "Oh, I missed the meeting. You know, I want to come." And then I said, "Well, we streamed it to YouTube. I didn't stream the movie, obviously, but now the rest of the thing, and so people can go back and I just saw my buddy Karim Abdul Karim is here, the guy who made my pipe. Hold on a second.
Nice.
I just saw. I got to turn my thing off there. So Abdul, say hello, man. I don't know if he's got his. Wave your hand. This is the carver who made this pipe. He says he's trying to connect to audio right now.
Right.
In the red shirt there. I don't know if you all can see him. This is a gentleman I encourage you guys to get to know, because someday these pipes are going to be like Lee's pipes, you know, like $1,500 a pipe. I swear. and just really a fantastic guy. This by itself was worth the order. So, and I think we lost him there. All right. Cool.
You just have to encourage him to to make some pipes and just send them to Europe so you can buy it.
Well, there we go. But he'll ship everywhere. Like he's shipped to Canada. Like he's in Indonesia, so he'll ship international.
Actually, shipping isn't that bad. I bought a pipe in the States a few days ago, and I think I paid like $15 for shipping. It wasn't bad at all. I thought it would be way worse.
Yeah, for that kind of pipe, it's just worth it.
Yeah, so you can connect with him on Facebook. He's by the way, I'm not his actual manager. I'm just maybe I'm
You're getting a cut.
I'm auditioning for the job. I'm gonna have to talk to him about it. Like my next pipe is free or something.
Hey,
but,
PDR, can you link it? Can you link him in the club page?
Yeah, I will. He's
Okay.
he's a member of the club. So if you go and look for him in the members column, you guys
Okay.
can see him. And then Abdul, start putting your new pipes in our club page. All right. So that we can see, because he regularly does that in some of the other groups, like
There are some other groups? No way.
No, this is
this
this
is
is
it.
the only one you need to worry about. Don't worry, it's fine.
By the way, gentlemen, let me do a shameless plug here. If you have not already joined as a member in the group, please go do that. I try to do some additional things like this last week. I've been checking every day to see when Blood Red Moon was back in stock.
I saw that.
I found it and I sent out a message to everybody in the group just so that if anybody's interested, that they knew that it was available. So I'm checking on other things. And if you've got a favorite tobacco that you just...
I don't think I get that message.
So, yeah. Well, I'll make sure that I send it to you. I might have sent it to everybody else except you, Mario.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I know you'll do that.
Mario, don't worry. It was a US offer. It would not be very useful to us anyway.
But yeah, I will. So membership has its privileges. Let's put it that way. So try to do that. So listen, this group is really yours, all y'all. So we get a chance to chat about anything you want to chat about.
I have one question, if I may interrupt you.
Go on.
Stefan, or I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Your last name, it looks like Polish already.
It is. My father's side, is Polish. Yep. How do you pronounce it, or how would you pronounce it? Because here in the States,
it will sound like in Polish. It will sound Marfiewicz.
That's how my grandfather used to pronounce it, but we generally just say Marfowitz here in the States. But my grandfather, that's how we do it. Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Where are you guys from in the States?
I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
Southwest Michigan.
Just to know if we have somebody close or around that maybe go to the conventions or do the pipe club meetings or something.
If they open it up, you know, when our health scare is over, and we've got a vaccine and whatnot, because even if it's not as bad as everybody says, is I'm not going out until they've got a vaccine. Just that's a personal thing there, because I'm not going to run the risk for my kids and whatnot. But as soon as I had already bought tickets to Chicago this year, and I can't tell you how bummed I was that, you know, we lost out on that. So I would be glad to meet any of y'all at the, you know, the next open, like, I don't know, what is it? North Carolina is the next one.
When
I
is
think the next one was going to be in Columbus by the end of August, and then 2 weeks later, the Mule Town in that town under Nashville.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
right.
here in Europe, they're canceling pretty much everything until August. Like in general, not just pipe-related stuff, but in general, all gatherings till August. That's the gist of most countries here. So hopefully from August on, I'm
in Europe,
I'm with you.
Bart, if I may interrupt you, actually, I heard that in Europe, in Danish Soccer Association,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, they're starting to thinking about restarting the games.
You're right. They are. But the Scandinavian countries are taking a much looser approach than the eastern and
the rest
western
of
parts of Europe. Yeah, it's very different.
Actually, here in Poland, they are starting to losing up a little bit economy from Monday, I think.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Mario? I didn't catch it.
Yeah. In Poland, they are starting to losing up a little the economy. You know, all the lockdown starts from Monday.
They will announce that on Tuesday. I think they will announce what they're going to do with bars and restaurants and that kind of stuff. But for now, it doesn't look good. I think that it will be at least till June.
Here in the States, because we've lost out on all of our professional sports, ESPN is going to start broadcasting pumpkin spitting contests. I'm just kidding. That's
start
not
what?
true. Pumpkin seed spitting.
I think they do watermelon spitting.
Watermelon seed spitting. That's what yeah.
I think they really do that one.
Well, that will become the new Super Bowl, the Super Bowl of watermelon seed spitting. They're going to have a whole league for that. All right, Brad. Thanks, brother. Good to see you. We've been on a good 2 hours, and today
we still don't have enough.
You still don't have enough, man. You are the best. I love you. So I'm gonna maybe give us another 15 minutes or whatnot, and then we'll slowly fade away into the sunset.
I have a happy hour that we have to go to here in our neighborhood. We all stand in the driveway about 8 feet apart from each other, and that starts at 4 o'clock here in Detroit, Michigan, which is about right now.
Well, man, that is something I'm not going to hold you back from. That's important.
I wish you all good health and Godspeed, everybody.
You too, man.
Godspeed.
When we do these so Trevor wasn't here today. Like I'm bummed because this was really Trevor's idea. Trevor came up with the idea that we should show the movie and whatnot.
I was trying to reach him through Messenger, but he answered me like yesterday. But I texted him back, but I didn't have a response from him since yesterday. So probably that's why. I'm
gonna reach out to make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
But I want to give him some props because this was a great idea, and he was the one who came up with it, and so we'll do something like this again. But sometimes that's long, right? 90 minutes of watching a movie. Like, we're marathoners right now. But I'm working on other speakers for us to.
We are not marathoners. We are now singles.
After the last 2 weeks, Mario and Martin's wives divorced them and said,
Yeah.
said
Could happen.
Yeah, my wife is a psychiatrist, right? A psychologist, and so you can just imagine the symbolism that she thinks that a bunch of guys sitting around with. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into it, but
Yeah. Don't go there.
No, I'm not.
My wife always tells me that when it involves technology, I'm interested. She says, just put a button on something and make sure it has a wire that you can plug into an outlet, and you'll entertain my husband. Maybe this is similar,
It's like a cat with a laser pointer.
Yeah.
So he's maybe mad just because like this is pure relaxation and we don't need psychologists in life. This is our best psychologist.
Thank you, sir. I am going to use that response. That's right.
Well, I don't know if she's gonna say what's cheaper, buying more pipes or going to like once a week.
Yeah, I might lose out on that one after. Yeah.
Well, that's Rob.
You don't have that problem.
Rob referenced me as his girlfriend, and there's actually, and I'll find the article. It talks about a wife who says, "I'm glad that my husband has a girlfriend, somebody that he can go talk to, hang out with," and I think there's value to. Obviously this group has been all guys. There's no reason that we couldn't have ladies in here, but I think there's some value to this.
Last week we had a lady.
Yeah.
This is not an exclusive club at all, and I have not deliberately said anything that implies that it's all men. I think it's just luck of the draw. But there was one gentleman, and I don't know if it's any of you guys, who messaged me and said, "Is it possible to keep this sort of private? Because the last time I got into smoking cigars, my wife and my daughter found out how much I was spending on it, and I got in real trouble." So I don't want to like let the cat out of the bag about how much I'm smoking about my pipe.
So Bart, what you are drinking there, man?
Well, it's actually not the bottle it's in. It's not what I'm drinking. The bottle is a bottle of bourbon Frontier Strength from Bullet Bourbon, which I usually use to cook, to be honest, or to barbecue. But the thing in it is a Cadenhead that's 34 years old. I got it as a gift from a friend. He got it at the distillery. So a 34-year-old whiskey. Just let it sink in.
Is that a bourbon that you call it whiskey?
No, actually, bourbon and whiskey are two separate products. Like bourbon.
No, don't worry. You don't have to explain to me. I'm from Kentucky, so I know that.
Right.
If you say that now, they put you in the next line, Indiana.
Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him.
They will deport you. Don't come here to Kentucky and say whiskey.
Actually, the original drink in it was a bourbon from Kentucky, so I guess we're good. But no, it's not a bourbon. The thing in it is a whiskey.
Just making sure.
So David, tell me, what is the best bourbon?
My wife she grew up in Lexington, Kentucky, which is an hour away from Louisville, and her county was called Bourbon County. So technically, that's where bourbon was invented. Oh. In the Richmond, Paris area. That's the Bourbon County.
Well, Mario, if you're gonna try bourbons, I actually can recommend the thing that was originally in it. Like the Bullet Bourbon Frontier Strength, that 46% is really good stuff.
But
it's for the price, it's really good.
I love bourbon, but I haven't seen them in the Polish stores. So, well, the best bourbon we get here is mostly Jack Daniels. So,
no, that's not good.
I know.
Let's connect to the group and I'll send you a bottle. That's fine. I'll make sure you get one.
See, now we can all have Europe envy because we can't get that from here.
It's actually an American drink I'm drinking, David. I think you're fine. I think you should get it at your local Walmart.
The thing is that
I think we have gone a little off topic.
I am not a bourbon whiskey Scotch drinker whatsoever. That's one alcohol. I don't know. Never quite fit with my chemistry. But give me a good, thick, spoon-size stout or porter, and I'm down.
Oh,
think
the
I've
beer
got
is
a way.
awesome. Beer is also muscle.
I think I've got a way to convince you, David, because I think I might have an idea of how you. Well, I don't want to say view life in general. That's too all-encompassing. But I have an idea that we have some common connections, and you know that the word alcoholic is actually based on two words. One being holistic, which means the all-encompassing vision on life, and the other being alcohol. And actually, a holistic view of life. Holistic is also another way of expression, almost a religion kind of way of looking at it. So actually, an alcoholic is just somebody who has a lot of faith in alcohol.
So alcohol is a region, right?
I think you have a pretty holistic approach to life in general. So you may be missing out, you know.
I would
No,
like
it's
to
like
introduce you to my
I hear you. I
priest.
hear you. It's like Jedi, right?
Right, exactly. I would like to introduce you to our priest, Father Bart, of the Church of Bourbon.
Yep. Those
yeah.
are from Lawrenceburg and Frankfort, Kentucky.
Tim, what do you got there? Oh, Knob, yes. Knob Creek.
That place, Frankfort, is between Louisville. Frankfort is in the middle, and then Lexington. It's about 50 miles from each way. And if you ever come here, I can take you guys to the distilleries, about 5 to 10 within a 10, 20 miles radius.
Be careful, I'll hold you to that.
I will keep your word for it.
How do you get home after that?
Where I'm at, it's wineries. I've probably got over a dozen wineries within 5 miles of here.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've been wine tasting before, and the same.
I've been in
thing,
California, so there's a lot of
winery,
wineries there.
you gotta have a designated driver. You know. Do you know that in Marin County, up in Northern California, they do wine tours with a train. You get on a train, and the train will stop at all these wineries, so that you could just
You don't have to drive.
Yeah, you don't have to drive or get sick.
Unfortunately, I was driving through through the wineries in California, so I don't have a chance to try it, but I saw it.
When I was in college in Oregon, we did something like this, like renting a van or a bus.
Yep.
20 people, and they take you there all the time. So you don't have to worry about the designated driver.
In Portland, in the Willamette Valley?
No, well, actually I started in Eugene, but I'm saying when we went south to California, we did that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who used to live in Lake Tahoe. So we went from there, a couple of guys after that.
They have those around here to drive people to all the different wineries.
Yeah. And what they have in the mountains, in like Mount Bachelor, they have another one, like microbrews every corner. Like in Bend, Oregon, I don't know if you guys been there. Bend, Oregon has about like 10, 15 microbrews within the town.
Yeah.
So, like those little crafted beer beverages, are they really large in the United States now? Because they are
All
in
over the
Poland
place.
now, in Europe.
Yeah, it's very popular here. Anybody from Asheville, North Carolina, in that area? Asheville's got a ton of microbreweries down there. That's become quite a little beer town with some pretty good.
Asheville has, I used to live in Greensboro for a while, and Asheville has the most beautiful McDonald's I've ever seen in my life. Have you been in that one?
No, I didn't.
They are serving bourbon there or what?
Seriously, it doesn't look like McDonald's or anything else. It looks mostly like an old church converted into a McDonald's.
I can't
Mario,
promise.
yes.
How
I'll
they
go
are
look
serving
for it.
bourbon instead of Coke?
Yeah, you're laughing about that, but I actually went to a McDonald's once to the drive-through, and I ordered a vodka. And the girl at the end of the thing told me, like, this is McDonald's. I said, okay, fine, I'll have a Mac vodka.
And like I'm originally from Spain, but most of my American friends who came and visit It's like, really? You have beer at McDonald's and Burger King, and you can get as much as you want. You don't have to pay twice. And they were like
This is-
impressed with that. It's like, yes, because we're
Yeah.
not alcoholics. We know how to measure.
This is actually one of the few places that they actually do that. It's very uncommon. I always miss a good beer with a McDonald's, but it's very hard to find.
When I'll tell one story
The
about
first time I heard about it was in the Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was in China studying martial arts, and my friend told me he was going to take me out to a restaurant. He's going to take me to the most popular restaurant in Beijing. I'm like, really? Because I'm thinking this is going to be some great Chinese food. Sit down. He took me to McDonald's, and I swear to God, there was like 15 people deep to the counter. It was like so packed. They don't have a drive-through; they have a walk-through. So there's a window outside, and people were walking up to the window to order. It was,
When I was in Vegas, we have tried that because we have no car, but we are so stuff up and try to pretend with 4 guys over that we are driving a car and just go in pairs and try to look like a car. They don't even get that.
They have like different options too, right? At the like stuff that we don't get in the States at those McDonald's. Even actually in the States, some McDonald's have like stuff that you can't get in other states. I lived in Roswell, New Mexico for a year and a half back in college, and green chilies grow all throughout that area, and like you can get like a green chili cheeseburger at McDonald's. It's on the menu. It's awesome.
Can you have peyote ones too?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
If you can have the peyote ones from the cactus too.
Okay, peyote.
I'm not
Peyote.
sure everybody's familiar with the special
I was
journey
in
that
Vegas.
would be.
I was in Vegas. I know what peyote is.
Stephen, he could answer yes or no, but he just doesn't remember.
No.
Yeah, that's normal after peyote.
Well, fellas, what do you say? We call it an afternoon. I am really, really grateful that you guys came and hang out. I always like to close us down when there's still a little bit of energy left, because then we'll all want to come back next week and do it again. And
We will stay here till the end for sure. So
yeah, absolutely. So once again, if you haven't already gone to the group and clicked on being a member of the Virtual Pipe Club, please go do that, so I can send everybody messages and whatnot. And I'll post again on all the pages about who we've got as a speaker next week and what we're doing. I hadn't actually planned on doing this weekly, but it's working out just fine. It's not like I've got.
there's no point to not do.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I really enjoy hanging out with you guys.
I think we actually hit our largest user group today. Like when I joined, there was like 33 people in or something. I think we did really well this week.
It's getting bigger, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, you guys are
guys?
awesome. All right,
Let's
get on out of here.
Network will handle it.
Go be useful, productive citizens somewhere, and be well. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, all the best, man.
See you next week.
Take care. Bye.
Adios.